April the 6th, a bizarre and emotional day for the Mokate family. They discovered that someone else had been buried in the same grave as their son, Hope Mokate.
They put the tombstone. Without our consent, we didn't even know anything about it.
3 days later, two families, strangers to each other, met at the graveside.
When we arrived at the office, they told us that Hope Mokate, which is my brother, he's at 1659 Section 8. And then they told us that Mofoka's family's number is 1569.
And that's the grave number of Moffat Mofoka, buried in 2000. His family shown his correct grave for the first time. A serious mistake that must be corrected. Both families returned to witness the exhumation. Another hard and painful experience, but necessary to determine how many caskets are in Mofoka's grave. An hour later, an agonizing discovery. Mofoka was alone all this time. It means his son and former Kaizer Chiefs player Moffat was buried in the wrong grave in 2006. And for 15 years, his family was unaware.
This made us visit a wrong grave and not clean the father's grave. It hurt us a lot. We have been struggling to sleep and eat properly. It's overwhelming.
Moffat was buried about 30 meters from Mofoka's grave, and a tombstone had been erected. But the wrong grave was allocated.
It was the undertaker's fault to mix up grave numbers. So yeah, I'm just glad that everything now is going according.
Once the soil was returned in Mofoka's grave, the families wanted to know what the next step will be to correct this error. City Parks officials told them they should return with affidavits and Moffat Mofoka's death certificate, which would be submitted to the Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Department for permission to exhume Mofoka's remains and rebury him in the same grave as his father.
What I'm happy for is the fact that there will be an exhumation of Moffat's remains. That means him and my son will rest in peace. This will definitely give me peace of mind.
None of the families are to blame. But for Mofokas, it's fitting to inform their father why the grave was reopened 2 decades later. The pain of loss revisited. SABC News, Dobsonville in Soweto.